Hey, what's going on, guys? Dvzl from Team Standard out here, bringing you guys a deck profile on my Aqua deck. So, finally built the Aqua for Standard. Yeah, there's a lot to talk about for this deck, so we're just gonna jump on in. Alright, so for the grade zeros, starter obviously has to be Cadet because there's no other starters for now in Standard, so, right on top of him, draw. Next is pretty standard. Standard. Play the 4 heal triggers. Can't live without it, Next, we play the 4 draw trigger PGs. These are really good. Clears up one grade 1 space. It's good as well. Now, for the trigger lineup, I have been going back and forth between what I should play and what I should not play. So I've landed at I'm playing a total of 6 front triggers, and then I'm playing 2 crit triggers. Just because the fact of it's not purely on one side of the spectrum. I know the spectrum is between Maelstrom and Navel Gazer. I'm kind of playing a combination of both, but the front triggers in the long run have been showing results. Yeah, I want to say that. I feel like I might just I put this deck profile up today, and then the next day I'll go to 7 crit 2 draw. I don't know. So it's just how I've been rolling with this. So for grade 1s, of course, the MVP of the deck is Penguin Soldier. He's the counter charge engine for the deck. I would say I would have preferred him to go to Soul rather than get retired, but that's just my grade. So his ability is you may rest this unit and give someone the same column as this unit +5. So pretty good if you put him behind a Tidal Assault or an Algos, or behind Vanguard I've been doing in my test plays. Yeah, pretty good. So you played at 4. And then his second ability is at the 4th battle, when the 4th battle happens when your unit attacks the Vanguard, then you can retire him to countercharge 1. Next we're playing 3 Theo, so I debated between 4 and 3, so I bumped him down to 3 to add in a certain grade 1. That's in the later end of this profile. But his ability is when the attack that he boosted or attacks hits on the second wave or more, I can give a unit 8k. So if it's a second battle or more and he hits, or if he's boosted and hits, give something +8. Pretty good. I was considering Dorothea. I know she's a CB2. It's really heavy. But this deck doesn't really counterblast a lot, so I considered it, but Dorothea was not a good card in the long run. Battle Siren Viviana. That's the next card we play at 3. And if she hits, if she boosts and hits a Vanguard during the 3rd wave, then I can put her in the Soul and draw a card and give it unit +3k. So yeah, it's not really printed on the card. Hopefully we can focus there. Yep, not really printed on the card. It's a misprint, but it also does give 3k as well. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise. Aquaforce always has misprints. So the last grade 1 we play is Influent Dagger. So I was really debating on if I should play this card or not, because 1, it is a 7k, and 2, it only gets 3k after the 3rd wave or more, but after some test plays I saw that this was actually a useful card. So it was between this card, and I was debating on the 9k, just a 9k grade 1, but ultimately I went to Influent Dagger, and I just ended up using him for a while. So basically when your unit attacks a Vanguard on the 3rd wave or more, and I'm saying wave, but it's attack, and during the 3rd wave more, you get +3. This unit gets +3, so you can, if you get a lot of attacks going, this could be a pretty beefy booster and or attacker. On to grade 2s. Of course, you gotta have the OG of Tidal Assault in the deck. So they definitely did water him down, and I've noticed a lot with the Aqua Force units that them standing before the battle is over kind of defeats the purpose of their attacks. But Tidal Assault's ability is when it attacks, can be anything, by the way. Once per turn, you can Soul Blast 1 and stand this unit, and if it is past the 1st battle of the turn, this unit gets -5k. So definitely didn't come to my attention until I heard Solemn Vanguard bring this up. But yes, if it is past the first battle, this will be swinging 4/4 if it's not on an Excel circle. So that is something to keep in mind. You definitely want to put Tidal Assault on an Excel circle. Or if you aren't going to put him on an Excel circle, if you happen to not have him in hand when you put him on an Excel circle, you definitely want to have him with a booster because he's going to be 4 2 times, it's not going to hit, and it's just going to be a mess. So, but pretty good card nonetheless. But the Soul Blast doesn't really help in the change. But of course, the second OG card that helps us with our battles is Algos. Algos is a card that honestly has been pretty good in my opinion. I haven't wanted to use the Vanguard skill because of just trying to keep hand power in this deck, and that's one of the things I'm going to talk about towards the end of the deck profile. But Algos' ability is when he's on Vanguard Circle, if it is the second battle of the turn, a second battle or more, I can Counterblast 1, Soul Blast 1, choose one of my rear guards, and stand them. And then if he's on Rearguard Circle, if it is the first battle of the turn, you can Counterblast 1 and stand him back up. So there is a little bit of confliction with him, Tidal Assault, and the other card that I play in the deck. Spoiler alert, it is the Diamantes. Um, on who wants to be first battle or not. But the way I've been treating it is if I have one on board, I can't use the other, or vice versa. Really don't want to use the first skill, honestly, on Vanguard Circle unless I want to rush. I mean, I guess against Protect clans, you definitely want to do that first rush play. But other than that, it's kind of a resources in this deck are kind of slim, and you don't want to play your power pieces early, and then if they somehow get retired or due to Kagura, or if they lose them due to attack, or if you have to guard, use more resources to guard them, it's really hard to come back from that. So you definitely want to save on. I've been saving onto my pieces rather than playing an early game. So something to keep in mind with Algos. And then last for the grade 2s, a lot of people are playing Dvzl, and I chose to play Lazarus just because he doesn't counterblast, and I won't be like running out of resources with his skill. But Lazarus is pretty simple. If he attacks Vanguard, it's the second battle or more of that turn, he gets +3. So with Maelstrom, he hits 15. Not spectacular numbers, but it's a pretty good number to hit if you want to at least hit a Force Clan, or at least a Protect or an Excel clan. Yeah. On the grade 3s, this is where it gets a little wonky. All right, so I'm playing for Maelstrom. I'm just gonna say now, I'm not a big fan of this card. It's the setup for this is just weird. Like, let's go first. So once per turn, Counterblast 1, and all the units in your front row get +3. I definitely built the deck around that skill, but there are times where I'm just like forgetting to do the skill before I get to the battle phase. So there's that. And then the second ability is when your rearguard attacks a Vanguard and it hits during the third or fourth battle, you can discard 2 cards and stand this unit. Now let me just say that it's weird to play this card because like it forces you to have a certain attack formation with him, and then you're always going to be swinging Vanguard towards a rear guard on the first battle, and then you're going to want to hope that your opponent doesn't have enough guard to guard out the third or the fourth wave, and ultimately what happens is like, you swing at a rear guard for the first battle, second battle you try to swing at a rear guard again, and third and fourth you want to hit towards Vanguard Circle. But the thing is that if you're doing it that way, you're kind of not giving your opponent enough damage to keep the pressure on. So it's definitely a weird thing. It's not like with Siegfried from Spike Brothers, at least attacking a rear guard, so it's not the end of the world if you do, but the power is like bigger. I don't know. It's just an interesting card. I might ultimately bump it down because of the skill, but for now I'm playing it for. Next, I'm playing two Diamantes. Diamantes is another card that just really just not motivated to play this card, but it is the if it's the first battle of the turn, it gets +3. Vanguard, Vanguard Circle, just +3. Second ability is if it's on Rearguard Circle, once per turn, when this unit attacks, if it is the third battle of the turn or more, you can counterblast 1, discard a card, stand this unit up, and it gets -3. So basically, similar to this whole thing about like Tidal Assault and Algos, it will stand before the battle. It will stand before the battle is over. Not to say that you're gonna lose the battle, but you lose power during the battle. So he's basically old Diamantes. he's a 9K. Card Fight King, shout out to you. Definitely brought this to my attention. Yeah, he's just not that good of a card, honestly. It's how I feel. But I still played it too because he does have the gift marker. So next I play, and this is just a personal preference. I do play Naval Gazer in this deck. One, he is my avatar. I just loved him ever since the trial deck. I was wondering on how I can bring him back, but Bushiroad did it for me. So for his only skill, which is plain and simple, is when it attacks, if it is third battle of the turn or more, counterblast 1, choose one of your units, stand it, and this unit gets +10. So pretty plain and simple, but pretty effective, and just a really good card. I was expecting that it would give the other unit 10k, but just him getting 10k just helps out so much. No complaints here. Honestly, it is a card I would ride, and I might just seeing from test plays, I might bump Diamantes down to 1 and put this back up to 3, because that's how I had it before. But that's it. And then, of course, that is 49 cards. So the 50th card and the last card I play is Riptide. I play 1 Riptide. It's a tech card. His ability is he cannot attack unless the 4th battle of the turn or more. And then if he does attack, he gets 20,000 power. So it's a really good card, especially on Excel Circle. It's like 42. But, I played it 1. I don't want to ride into it. It's the worst ride ever. And these skills only happen on the Rearguard Circle, just to keep in mind. But, yeah. Just to speak about the overall of the deck. It's just, this deck has just been, I don't know. It's not the same as it was with the old Aqua Force. Now I understand that in standard there is like new playstyles and stuff like that. Like Tiachi Kaze got a complete reboot, and Spike Brothers, similar. They got like a very good reboot, but it's just Aqua Force. Aqua Force to me is definitely for now it is kind of a letdown. I feel like there could have been more, or a lot of their skills didn't have to be on hit. I guess the wait now is gonna be wait for Tetra Drive, because that's gonna be the next OG, unless they prove me wrong and make it like Revan, if they make it Revan. But Tetra Drive should be the next OG support for Aqua Force whenever we get that, and I guess the later half of 2019. But for now, this is what we got to use. Again, it is an Excel clan, and I will say one of the negatives for this deck and from test playing is it doesn't have a lot of draw power. And outside of the draw triggers, a lot of their skills, if you want to draw, you have to hit, and it's just it's weird. And again, it's an Excel clan, so a lot of your resources have to come from your hand. There's no superior calling. This isn't Gold Paladins, who is also an Excel clan. So it's a very wonky space. I definitely been checking out other YouTubers who have been playing Aqua Force, and I don't know. One thing that's been keeping me to this clan is definitely the hype, and also the fact that I love Aqua Force. So it's one of the things that's been compelling me. But it's been slow with these past couple of test plays. It's been a lot of L's, not W's. But let's get some W's. All right. So this is the deck profile. Those are my thoughts on the deck. definitely leave a comment. Tell me how you guys feel about Aqua Voice, where you guys think it is, how you guys think it can improve. I think my improvements would make a lot of the skills not on hit. It doesn't have to be, you know. There's a lot of clans that have non on hit skills. But those are my opinions. See you guys in the next one.